Hello and welcome back or welcome to my channel. I highly recommend going and checking out the other videos because this is video 4 in the Inktober 2023 series, and without any other delays, let's get straight into it. So day 9 is bounce. I looked into things that bounced and I found, pogo sticks. So I decided to go for a little bit of a deep dive into pogo sticks, and I found out that no one has actually died via using a pogo stick the right way. They've been injured, but these things have been used in murders as weapons to kill or to blame murders on this particular toy. Now, a 7-year-old boy here in Australia in 2013 was found dead by his parents after allegedly using a pogo stick and fell off of it, but the investigators found that he had extensive injuries all over that were not consistent with falling off of a pogo stick. He had been beaten to death by his mother's boyfriend, Cody Mayber, who happened to be a Christian hip-hop music producer, and the pogo stick was just a cover-up. The mother, Kayla James, was allegedly in a Stockholm Syndrome relationship with Cody, and he made all decisions regarding her child, which resulted in torture, abuse, neglect, and harsh punishments. Kayla was sentenced to 14 years in jail for manslaughter with parole in 10 years, and Cody was sentenced to at least 31 years in jail. Now, the illustration that I decided to do for this prompt was of a being bouncing on a pogo stick trying to get away from a lab that he's being experimented on with syringes and cables coming out of him, and his guts are hanging out because they've cut him and they've prodded him and they're doing all these horrible experiments, and this creature's gone, I don't want to borrow this. Oh, there's a pogo stick. Let's just bounce out of here. So he's having this great time, a great time that he's never had because he's been in the lab, and he's bouncing away, laughing, going, ha ha ha, I'm escaping. That's the vision I had for this prompt. So yeah, it does kind of amuse me, this one. But yeah, I'll let you watch the rest of this one, and I will meet back up with you again in a minute or two for the next one in this video. Now, day 10 is fortune, and I decided to dig up some info on the most famous fortune tellers throughout history, from Nostradamus, we all know him, the Pythia, Edgar Cayce, Baba Vanga, but have you heard of Daniel Dunglass Home? He was alive from 1833 to 1886 and was a Scottish physical medium that could apparently levitate at all different heights, talk to the dead, and produce raps and knocks in random houses on command. He also had the ability to heal the sick. He never asked for money, but he was given donations and gifts by his more wealthier followers and admirers. He saw his own mother's death, a vision that came to him where she said, "Dan, 12 o'clock." And she actually died at 12 o'clock. And also a table where he was doing a seance at this particular place called the Cook Place. A table moved on its own where his aunt, who was also present with him, threw herself on top of the table to try and stop it from moving with a Bible in hand. But he was asked to leave immediately by the 3 ministers that were also present because they thought he was possessed by the devil. He died from suffering from tuberculosis for decades at the age of 53. Now, the illustration that came to me for this particular one was, I just had this vision of a old witchy-looking medium woman inside this coin-driven, fortune teller vending machine, as I have seen. Everyone's probably seen these, where you put money in and this so-called doll gives you your future. But I decided to put like this woman who's been sitting in there for a while. She's dead. She's decaying. There's flies everywhere, and it's just disturbing that, you know, people would want to put money in this and there's nothing's going to happen because she's dead. Like, she's just been in there too long. So I don't know. That just came to me for this particular prompt. I had to do it, and I also had to do like a scratched in see your destiny at the bottom. I just wanted to give this as sort of creepy vibes. Like, they've even got ropes holding her up to, you know, say, insert money. So it's kind of like a scam. They've got this dead woman who's just shriveled up in there, just feed money into it, and yeah. You're not going to get anything out because the woman's dead. So anyway, that was it for that prompt. I'll leave you to watch whatever's left of this one, and I'll meet back up with you in a couple of minutes or whenever for the other prompt in this video. Day 11 is wander. And did you know that there is a lot of people that just wander off and are never seen again? And did you know that Alaska holds the record for the most number of people who have never been found? And it's in a part of Alaska that is classed as the Alaskan Bermuda Triangle. Hikers wander into this zone and are never seen again. Same with planes, and tourists and even residents just seem to disappear into thin air. There are superstitions that entities take people into another dimension. There is also a lot of UFO sightings, and yes, I honestly do believe that a lot of the people out there that do go missing, it's either supernatural or alien in nature, and I do believe that, they disappear via being kidnapped by these extraterrestrials, or they shift into another dimension because they just happen to be somewhere where the time shifts, or something like that happens, and that's why there's no evidence of them ever being found. Now, the illustration that I decided to do for this prompt was just of a woman. This just came to me when I was thinking of this prompt. She's been wandering through, the wilderness, climbing mountains, just on her journey, and she's looking into the distance for her next journey, where to go, and she's killed someone on the way. Obviously, it might have been like a tribes member that, she'd come across some people who decided that they were going to try and, hurt her. So she's, taken the head off one of them, and she's carrying it around with her as maybe a souvenir as she's wandering through the earth that she is on, or whatever planet she is on. But that's all for that. So I will let you watch what is left of this illustration, and then I will see you in a couple of minutes for the final illustration in this video. So day 12 is spicy, and do you know what the most spiciest chili is in the world? Well, it's this. It's called the Carolina Reaper and is grown by a company called Pucker Butt Pepper Company in Fort Mill, South Carolina by Ed Curry. So this chili ranks on the heat scale at 1.6 million Scoville heat units, which is a method that they use to rank spiciness in the chilies. Now, this bad boy has tapped out and peaked at 2.2 million Scoville heat units. Now, if you want me to put that into perspective, a jalapeno is ranked at 2,500 to 8,000 SHU, and cayenne pepper, which I actually have 1 to 2 times a day for my body, is 30,000 to 50,000 SHU. People have had strokes and been rushed to the emergency room after eating this chili. But the record for the most Carolina Reapers eaten is held by an Australian man called Greg Iron Guts Barlow from Melbourne, Victoria, who ate 160 Reapers in one sitting. I don't like hot food. I cannot handle it at all. I can handle little bits, like if it's just a nice mild spice, but I find it too hot a meal. Just ruins the meal if it's too spicy. But as I mentioned before, I do have cayenne pepper 1 to 2 times a day. I have 1/4 teaspoon in half a glass of water, and I do this because of the health benefits with cayenne pepper is enormous, especially if you've got gut issues like I do. I have acid problems, and this actually helps produce more acid, which is what I lack. So it helps me produce acid in my gut to digest food because my gut doesn't function properly. So I do that before every big main meal. Now, honestly, like I said, go and look up the benefits of cayenne pepper. Everybody should be taking cayenne pepper every day, especially if you've got high blood pressure. It will drop your blood pressure down to normal. So yeah, anyway, now the illustration that I decided to do for this prompt today is I just got this vision of just a skull type head with a chili inserted through the brain, like it's just cracked his skull and gone straight through, and it's burning him from the inside out, and that's why his tongue has blisters, because it's burning him, because yeah, the chili's through his brain. This one's just very simple and straight to the point. That is it for today. 4 prompts in this video. I will be back in a couple of days with 3 more prompts, which is how many is in between this video and the next one that I will be doing. And if you like this kind of content, like and subscribe. Dislike it, I couldn't give 2 shits what you do, because any interaction helps me get found up in the algorithm, but the algorithm just pushes me up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.